Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're joined by Hany Adam. He is the founder and CEO of Pyramine Investment Inc. It's a trailblazing Canadian real estate investment income fund trust. Today, we will learn how Pyramine is revolutionizing the world of real estate investment, offering opportunities for investors and striving for generational wealth creation with an impressive annual return target of 18 to 20%. Hany, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight TV.
Oh, thank you so much, Logan, for having me on the show.
Your company is quite an impressive company. I've reviewed the website. I've read through what your goals are and what your accomplishments are, and I am blown away. Very, very impressed. Could you share with us your journey in founding Pyramine Investment and what inspired your vision for the company in the first place?
Well, Logan, yeah, I'm civil engineer by trade. I possess my degree in civil engineering. I came to Canada about 25 years ago, and I had to change my career like everybody else does. And I went to school. I studied computer science, and after that, I found like my passion is again for real estate, since it was my passion since I graduated from Faculty of Engineering. So I decided to go, to the real estate through, the real estate selling like a broker, agent and stuff like that. Finally, I found that's the best investment you could ever, make through, investing in real estate. So we decided that, in 2018 to go into the real estate investment part of the business, and we established Pyramine in order to make sure, we can contribute to the community, contribute to real estate market by doing some innovative and, build some good initiative to help people own real estate in one hand and help investors with small amount of money to invest in real estate without even touch it or without being a landlord, as we normally say.
Absolutely. You are right when it comes to wealth creation. There is no better vehicle than real estate. Warren Buffett, who is the financial guru of the world, really, says one of his best investments was the very first home he bought, because that has increased in value exponentially over the course of time. Let me ask you, as CEO, what unique strategy investments do you use to set your company apart in this competitive real estate market?
It's a great question, Logan, because as you said, we set ourselves apart. We are not like any other real estate investment company who buy or sell real estate. However, we try to pull together people who already have small amount of money and want to invest in real estate. However, they are not able. So let's say, if somebody has a 50,000, 80,000, 100,000, they cannot, do anything in real estate. So when we pool all this amount of money together, we can go and, on the other hand, help people buying a real estate by contribute into their down payment through one of the most innovative vehicle. We're not going to say we invented. It's been forgotten about it. So we can help people, give them free loan. No, I'm not going to say free loan. We can go give them like a co-finance for their down payment. So we lend them the down payment in order to go and buy a house, live in a house, enjoy being a house owner. Then we can refinance the house down the road and get our money back, and we only share equity. So whatever happened to the equity, whether it's upside or downside, we share it together, and we help people to own houses.
Wonderful. So you're not only helping in the investors sector, you're also helping people become homeowners as well.
Exactly. So people need to buy houses, but they can't. People wants to invest in houses and they can't. So we try, to marry a group of people from here and get them help the other group of people. So it's win-win situation for everybody. So
now your company appeals to a broad range of investors, including both accredited and non-accredited individuals. Tell us a little bit about how that came about.
Well, because what we like to do things outright, from the get-go. We we could have start our investment vehicle and target only accredited investor, which in a nutshell, without even going into, jargon wars and stuff, people are already have money, okay? But we don't need to be limited to people who already have money to invest in real estate. We need everybody who wants to invest in real estate, even if he take a small little piece of real estate, he can. Okay, so if somebody comes in and he has a $10,000, yes, he was welcome. He's welcome, to come on board and become a share or hold a share in certain secured vehicle like a real estate, okay, part of the pool of real estate we have. So we are not only focusing on that wealthy people who need to be more, or build more wealth, but we also focus on small little investors who wants to make money, but they can't due to the lack of money. So we merge all these people together. Now we also target the people who already invest, or have the side investment like RRSP is, sorry, something similar to your 401k in US. So these people, or this kind of vehicle investment, is only limited to banks and big fund companies. Now we are part of the group, but instead of going and invest in mutual funds or invest in something we don't even know, we ask people, why don't you come and invest with us and have a share in a secured asset? Nothing will never vanish over the year, and you can also get between 15 to 20%, 18 to 20% per year. Nothing happened. Look at what mutual funds suffer in the last 2 years. They lost about 17%, while we, in that year in particular, we paid 21% return on investment for that particular year.
Absolutely. While the stock market has been crashing, the real estate market has been growing, and it's never really stopped growing. So
No.
during that same time period, people who've had their money stagnating or losing money in mutual funds and 401ks, the people who have been able to invest in real estate have seen significant returns. And this sounds like a wonderful opportunity where people can get into investing in real estate without a huge investment. Perhaps they have $10,000 or $20,000. They can see that money grow with the real estate market. And I think that is a significant achievement. Tell me about some of the significant challenges you faced with Pyramine and how you overcame them.
Well, the significant challenge is mostly comes in sort of the paperwork and the government requirements and how to stick to the regulation and stuff like that. They can dig down up to the comma in your offering memorandum and says, no, 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 remove this comma because that could interpret something wrong. Also, the amount of investment, like, at the beginning was really, really quite challenging. So again, at the end of the day, we have to put some skin in the game in order to prove to people, to prove to our investors, we are not asking you to do something we are not doing ourselves. So for every asset, excuse me, for every $100,000 somebody invests, we invest 10% from our own money. So just to prove to people, listen, we are in the same game, we are in the same boat, we believe in our product, and we can get it, to improve, and we can prove ourselves that we have something nobody never had it before.
Wonderful, wonderful. I want you to take a look in that crystal ball right now and look ahead to the future and tell me what are some of your long-term goals for Pyramine and how you plan to achieve them.
Well, that's a fantastic question. Thanks, Logan, for asking me that, because for us, sky is the limit. And we would love to. We actually know what we are from the community, and we know how the community suffer. We also know how the government suffer with all big numbers of immigrant comes into Canada each and every year. Let's take Ontario as an example. Premium Ford, announced that he wants to build 1.5 million unit, okay, in order to make the supply and demand equal. So we always have short on supplies, but we have lots of demands. With 400,000 people comes into Canada each and every year, I would say 2/3 of them come to Ontario. How can we cope with all these challenges? So one of the things, like, what we are looking into, speaking with some other innovative companies worldwide in order to help solve the problem by doing what they call fast construction. So we're gonna shorten, we're gonna shorten the period we need in order to, instead of 2 years, 2.5 years, and stuff like that. We would love to do it in heartbeat. I would say, like, in a 1 month, you can get a building, like, for 10 floors in 1 month. Okay, by doing like manufacturing outside and bring it on site and install it. That's gonna help us, solve this problem. Also, we have another fund right now. It started to that particular innovative idea where we're gonna build more and more houses in order to cover the short. In one hand, we help community, we help people to find a place to live, and in the other hand, we help the government, facing the challenge we have with the short in supply in that particular area.
Exactly. It's a very competitive housing market in Canada, as it is in the United States, but you're addressing Canadian concerns right now. And to have a solution where you can expedite the process of getting single family homes built, multiple dwelling units built, condominiums built, it is a great way to give back to society. So you're
Correct.
actually contributing to the broader economy as well there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In terms of sustainability and ethical investing, tell us about what policies and practices Pyramine has implemented.
Mhm. Actually, you know what? I can refer back to the challenges, challenging question you said we have like during the building, Pyramine. One of the most important, aspect we need to do, to have is how to build a policy and procedures. So everything, what can be from start to finish, no change, no deviation from the policy whatsoever. So for instance, like, when we start doing the co-finance or co-share program, one of the most important policy we implemented that it's not for investment. So if somebody comes in and says, well, I want to invest, I want to buy a property to invest, I want you to contribute toward the down payment, we're going to say, no, it's meant to be for people to live in the property, and we don't deviate. Also, like, we stick to the government rules, to the T. Nothing to deviate from. The policies is from start to finish is very easy, very transparent, very straightforward, and we hold hands people from start to finish. Also, one of the policies is to get investors informed about what's in our head, so that we don't want them to get surprised, like, we did something, they are not aware of. So again, what, mixing, my expertise in computer and, the IT, as well as the being, in the field for many, many years, helped me a lot in order to build, the strategy, build the process from start to finish. So what if you invest $1,000 as if you invest $1 million? No, nothing changed. It's all would be the same. If we said, well, this year, the return on investment is 17%, it's going to be for all. It's not because somebody invests $1 million, oh yeah, we can get 2% more. No. Regardless of how much is your investment, you get the return on investment regardless. So that's what we do always. We stick to the policy. We never deviate from under any circumstances.
Wonderful, wonderful. So high ethical standards, transparency, and equal treatment. Whether you're investing $1,000, as you said, or $100,000, you're treated the same way. And I think all investors appreciate that. Tell me a little bit, what kind of advice would you give to potential investors who are considering real estate investment, particularly through vehicles such as RRSPs and TFSAs?
Okay, so I'm actually, what, I'm working on my new book these days, to get people, one of the things I love about, is not only writing things, but try to educate people. So I want to educate people about how to utilize their RSPs and TFSAs to the max. The reason being is that's their hard earning money. They save it for retirement. Okay, so if you look at the average, study we made during the last few years, we found, like, what, the RSPs on average make about 5 to 7% per year. Okay, so if I can advise people, show people, and with track record, how to change their mindset in order to invest in a secured. What I mean by secured, of course, like no investment on the face of the earth is secure. However, real estate investment is secured by asset. This asset can be there forever. It's never gonna vanish. It's never gonna go anywhere, but still they're gonna appreciate they're gonna appreciate, might go into cycles, but at the end of the day, it will stay there. Their money is preserved. So they can, when they go on retirement, they can do an early retirement, 10 years, sometimes 15 years, depending on when they start. Okay. That's how that's how they can invest and retire early.
Wonderful. There's always an asset there. There's always the land. There's always the property. There's always the bricks and mortar. Very,
Correct.
very good when it comes to making an investment decision. How is it secured? And real estate is secured through real estate, which is a wonderful thing. Tell us about how your company adapts to the ever-changing real estate market trends and maintains its promised rate of return.
It's really good because, and most people know, real estate goes into cycles. Okay, never stay the same. It goes up and down. Nothing goes up all the time, and nothing goes down all the time. However, if you own a piece of real estate, whether you own it through a house, condo, semi-detached, detached, or even a unit in a house, okay, eventually it will go up. It goes into cycle. So it goes like that, and take up the market, take a breath, and again go back. Never go to where it started. Okay, so when we studied the market extensively since 1900 up till now. Okay, if we don't have to go back to that old age. Let's focus on the last 70 years of real estate investment. The real estate investment in Canada, okay, average on 7%, 7% increase in price. Since we already invest in leverage, so you can multiply this 7% by 5 because you put a 20% down in a property, and the property, cover itself, whether you give it through rental or you give it to somebody to live in and he pays the mortgage. So you only invest 20% out of 100. So when the 100 goes up by 7%, that means the return on investment would be 35% on average per year. So what if the market goes down? Okay, we still can wait. Time serves you better in that particular case. Okay, you don't have to sell. You can still rent the property until it appreciates in value, and you sell it, you pay back your investors.
Exactly. All you have to do is look at the real estate market from 2008. Things dropped to the bottom, and people thought that was the bottom. It was, and it eventually came back up, and now those prices are greater than ever before. And people who bought into the market at those low prices saw a great return. Finally, on a personal note, let me ask you, what has been your greatest learning experience as CEO of Pyramine, and how has it shaped your leadership style?
Well, I'm kind of guy, if you give me a book, I try to read the book from cover to cover, from, the title of the book until the ISBN number of the book. So that gives me broad experience in each and every aspect of the business. So when I ask somebody to do something, I know exactly how he do it. I know how long will it take. It doesn't have, I don't have to be what I mean, know exactly how to do it, but I know how it has been done. So for instance, the real estate in particular depends on 3 people: a real estate, mortgage broker, and the lawyer. Of course, as a real estate, I know what the mortgage broker does, and I know what the lawyer does. I cannot do the business, but I know what to do. Okay, so that's how, one of the things is I learned the business from scratch. I built this company from scratch, from nothing. Okay, and we try each and every day learn from our own mistakes and correct it, and we also seek our feedback and in order to improve our service in terms of changing this, changing that. But at the end of the day, we need to be one of the top companies here in Canada. It's not going to happen overnight, but working hard will pay all the dividends.
Wonderful, wonderful. You've gotten a lot of lessons in leadership. It sounds like you are doing a great job at the helm of your company. Hany Adam, founder and CEO of Pyramine Investment, a trailblazing Canadian real estate investment income fund trust. This is a dynamic company, one you're going to want to learn more about. The links are below this interview. It is revolutionizing the world of real estate investment, offering opportunities for investors and striving for generational wealth creation with, get this, a very impressive annual return target of 18 to 20%. Hany, thanks so much for being our guest today here on Spotlight.
Appreciate it, Logan. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time. This time, until next time on Spotlight.